These can't read a goddamn email!
Well, in this reporter's opinion, we are so fucked.
What's up, DC Nation? Welcome back to another video. And guys, if you like the video, give a big thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so we bring some content every day that you don't want to miss. And guys, Harley Quinn, episode 12 of season 1. Guys, this episode's title is Devil's Snare, and it's a great episode. It's my favorite of the season by far. Like, it's really good. Like, the animation in this episode was really good. Like, you see the fight with Poison Ivy, she's fighting off tree monsters, you see Joker, which I'll get to that in a little bit, but all the animation, it looked very good. Like, every part I was like, wow, they really put a lot of work into this show, and it shows. Like, it's really well done, which I like. Some shows, it has good animation quality, but some episodes when there's a lot of action, you can see that it's like, okay, that's a little choppy there, a little choppy there, but in this show, it's very fluent. Like, it goes very well. And there's no part that I was like, oh, they could did that a little better with like the artistic. No, not at all. It looked badass and cool. And guys, another thing, starting off the episode, just where we left off last episode, was with the whole tree monsters in this park just killing people. And the joke at the beginning, you see Harley's like, oh, Poison Ivy, you controlling them? Poison Ivy's like, nope. And they just start running. And then we see Gordon, which guys, Gordon is awesome. So Commissioner Gordon, he's great. Like, in this show, I think it was episode 7, he had an episode kind of dedicated to him with like a Clayface type thing, which I was hilarious. But in this episode, his whole joke is about tanks. So Batman tells him, hey, do not use tanks at all. And Commissioner Gordon obviously used the tank to combat these tree monsters. Well, Batman, there's even a scene where he's fighting out Scarecrow, which looks really cool. And guys, Batman on this show, even though he showed up just a little bit, has had some great scenes. And him with Commissioner Gordon is always a winner. And there's one part of this episode where Commissioner Gordon's in the tank and Harley shows up and really busts out the tank and she takes it. And when she comes out of the tank, she has like the helmet on. And guys, it reminded me of like a scene from Batman the Animated Series. I think it was a Harley focused episode, and she pretty much abducted this one girl, and her dad is like a military guy, so he comes in a tank, and Harley's like driving away, and the girl's like, hey, what are you doing? That's my dad. And Harley's like, no, that's a guy in a tank. Actually, guys, check out that clip right here.
You in the car! Release your hostage immediately!
Daddy! Daddy? Hi! Wait, what are you doing? That's my father! No, that's your father in a tank!
So yeah, guys, that's what it reminded me of, and there's actually a couple other scenes in this episode that remind me of different DC shows, which I really like, because it's not like they just reference that show, it's kind of like they just put it in there a little bit. If you've seen these shows, you're like, wow, it's awesome to be a DC fan. Like, wow, I haven't watched Batman the Animated Series in a while, but that actually made a cool throwback. Like, Batman the Animated Series is by far one of the best animated series and one of the best shows of all time. But guys, that was an awesome scene. That's pretty much Commissioner Gordon in this episode. You get beat by Harley and that's it. But guys, another thing that we saw in the trailer was the Justice League shows up. And they only show up for one scene, guys, but it's an awesome scene. Like, what Harley says is class. Like, it's iconic for me for this show. Like, it's one of the best lines of the show.
Nice save, jerk-off league!
That's not our name at all.
And when they show up, they look really cool. Like, Superman's fighting off stuff, Jon Stewart's fighting off stuff, which, yeah, I like how they chose Jon Stewart. Like, we have not seen Jon Stewart in a while, and to see him on the show, I was like, that's pretty dope. And then Wonder Woman, there's one scene where she's like, hey, you want to say it? And Superman's like, we're going to send you to the Phantom Zone. And I was like, that was pretty creative. Like, who knew on a Harley show we'd have the Justice League, Legion of Doom, well, maybe Legion of Doom, but the Justice League and the Phantom Zone involved? That's pretty cool. And I also saw the Flash, and whenever Flash shows up, that's automatically a winner for me. But guys, say I had a quick scene because then Queen of Fables shows up and pretty much sticks them in her book, pretty much what they did to her like 20 years ago. I think it was 20 years ago. And I liked the scene, it was really good, but I hope they come back for the finale because it was just so cool seeing the Justice League in this animation form and how they talk, because they weren't like super serious. They were kind of like funny, but also trying to get the job done at the same time. Really Wonder Woman. Like Wonder Woman was great in this scene. But guys, obviously Batman wasn't there when he's fighting out Scarecrow, and that was cool. I like Scarecrow, he's been great on this show. But guys, pretty much Queen of Fables then sends them up in the sky and they fight off like this Cyclops. Like they said like a giant, but obviously it was a Cyclops because they had like one eye. And guys, from there, pretty much Poison Ivy has to call Kite Man. And Harley finds out that Kite Man and Poison Ivy are dating, and Harley's like shocked. But then Dr. Psycho, Clayface, and the old guy, I always forget the old guy's name. They're like, really? You haven't noticed that yet? And Kite Man shows up, and he has like an epic scene. Like, it's actually really cool. He saves them, and I've been really liking Poison Ivy and Kite Man's relationship. It's been really well done. And Kite Man's actually starting to become one of my favorite, well, not favorite DC characters, but he's way better than what he was like a couple years ago. I'll give Tom King credit here. Like, I haven't really liked Tom King's background. I actually have a couple videos explaining a lot of that. But his take on Kite Man throughout the series, where he's like, Kite Man, hell yeah, like just having that line and hearing his backstory, it was well done. That was probably the best thing Tom King's done. Like, if you take one thing from his run that's gonna stick with Batman for a while, is that he finally made like a terrible character, Kite Man, into one of my favorite DC villains. Which that's saying a lot. I know you guys may not think so, but I really like Kite Man, and I like Kite Man on this show, especially when he's like running with Poison Ivy. Toward like the end of the episode, he's like, oh, Kite Man doesn't run. He has no cardio, it's hilarious, but he also has like epic scenes where he's like, oh, he's actually trying to be serious, that's cool. But guys, from there, we get to like this big twist. Well, one of the big twists. We see Joker and Queen of Fables working together, which I like that they did this. Because Queen of Fables, she was okay in the show. Like, she wasn't the greatest character, like, she was still funny. But adding her in with the Joker, it's just like a great team up. I like it. And I'm pretty sure she may die. Like, come on, it's the Joker. He's gonna, like, betray her. And Joker's appearance in this episode is one of the best scenes in the entire series thus far. Like, guys, Joker shows up, he takes Harley's idea of, like, shooting up, like, a tower. Like, he blows up the Legion of Doom. No kidding, he blows up the Legion of Doom. And this whole tower shoots up, and you see Joker in it, and he's all talky. He looks like King Joker. And guys, this is what that reminded me of. Batman, the Brave and the Bold. There's like an episode where Joker, he's like King Joker, he takes advantage of Batman, and he's like winning. And guys, this one scene, which is awesome from that show, that like I automatically thought of when I was watching this episode.
You haven't beaten me yet, Joker.
I know. Isn't the anticipation just killing you?
Recite my creed and smile, darn your smile. Don't listen to the dullards say that life is a bore. Those fuddy-duddies spoil all my fun. That's why I strive to eradicate gloom. It's from that itch I made the switch and chose my nom de plume, the Joker.
So yeah, guys, I thought that was really cool, and I like these callbacks in this episode. And when Joker shows up, he automatically makes this episode go from like one of the best episodes on the season to the best episode of the series thus far. And it's really cool. And guys, Joker and Queen of Fables, interested to see what they're gonna do with that. But most importantly is the ending of this episode. So as the episode keeps going, Harley's mad. She's like, I gotta take down the Joker. And we see Poison Ivy turn big, and she starts fighting off plant creatures. And Harley and their team are kind of winning. Like, they're doing good. They actually are. And Joker's like, oh, I gotta switch this up a little bit. So Harley almost gets killed by Queen of Fables, like, wolf. There's like this joke about the whole Little Red Riding Hood with like the wolf, and Clayface tries to do like a Jewish wolf, which I was like, what's the whole point of that? But it made me laugh out loud. So that was really well done. And guys, pretty much Harley shows up, she kills Queen of Fables. Well, I don't know if she killed her, she just like took her head off. Like, I'm pretty sure she killed her. But God, come on, this is an animated show. But I like that scene. And then we see Harley almost get killed, but Poison Ivy saves her. And as they're laughing, I was looking at like the time of the episode. I was like, we only got 1 minute left. Like, they gotta make like a cool cliffhanger for the finale. And guys, automatically, Joker sends this thing and stabs right through Poison Ivy's heart. Like, that was a shocker moment. That was really well done. And it just made me like, okay, is Joker gonna do something? Like, he's kind of losing right now. And when he did that, I'm like, that's the Joker. Like, they nailed that. And Poison Ivy like shrinks, she's like dying. And technically, she died in this episode. I don't think she's gonna die. Like, she's not gonna leave the series. Like, in the comics, Poison Ivy has died and come back as like a plant. Like, come on, she could grow back. But still, it was a very impactful death and probably one of the most serious, like, scenes in the entire show. But the only thing that did make it serious, but I still loved it, was the part where they're all surrounding Poison Ivy. Poison Ivy's like dead, Kite Man's crying, they're all crying. And in the background, you hear Joker just laughing. Like, that was menacing, but also hilarious at the same time. Like, is it bad for me when Poison Ivy's dying and your Joker laughing? I'm like, I kind of giggle a little bit because it kind of like, it goes against the tone, but in a good way. It's like, oh, it's dark, but Joker makes it funny, which is perfect for the Joker character. But guys, overall this episode, animation, the shocker at the end, the different twists throughout the episodes, and just seeing like guest stars like Batman, Commissioner Gordon, the Justice League, and just different characters having great scenes, Kite Man, Poison Ivy, and of course, Harley herself was awesome this episode. And I'm wondering how they're going to finish off this series, because next episode, next Friday, is the finale, and I'm super excited for it. It's going to be like a Harley versus Joker showdown, big showdown that they've been like really been teasing since the very first episode after they like fought in the very first episode. And this series entirely has been really great. Like, they've been killing it. The only episode I didn't really like was episode 10, but that was still like watchable. Where every other episode I just love. But guys, this is my favorite episode of the series, and overall I'm going to give it a 9.7 out of 10. Really liked it. It was like, it surprised me. Like, this is a Harley Quinn show. I never thought I'd get this good, but it did. But guys, in the comment section below, tell me what you thought about this new episode. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What did you think about the ending? What did you think about Joker? And are you excited for the finale next Friday? And guys, if you like the video, give a big thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. I release DC Comics content every day that you don't want to miss. Alright guys, that's the video. Peace out.